What's up guys, this is Lorelai and today I wanted to talk to you about the coronavirus, but not like the coronavirus itself, but the ways it's been impacting us all in the past few weeks. Unless you've been living under the rock or you are that guy from the Parasites movie, you know about the coronavirus either firsthand or you just keep hearing it in the news. So let's just say a few words about it. It can get a little scary now that you see all these people wearing masks outside, and it really feels like this pandemic is never gonna go away. But I don't think we will be wearing them forever. Some people say that it's gonna continue for a few months. Some people say that we have like at least 9 months of a pandemic ahead of us, with the summer being a slowdown period, and then the virus will mutate and come back even stronger in the winter and in the colder season. It's hard to say what's true and what's not true. There is a lot of fake news, there's a lot of speculation. I try to stay like on the calm side. I do not stock up on food, I do not stock up on medicine. I don't go crazy checking the news every 5 minutes. I check the news 3 times a day. When I'm bored, I try to keep my mind open. I know that I try to read several news sources so that I will not fall a prey of the journalism hype that is going around the coronavirus. I think it's important to remember that our society, our human nature is to get scared. We are always scared of something. We wouldn't survive the evolution if we weren't able to actually identify threats and fight them, whether it's a tiger in the woods or tiger woods, whether it's a tiger, in the forest, or like any other threat. We as people have learned to adapt better than any other animal. So it's natural that we get scared and we want to continue our life as species, and we we want to avoid any danger or any danger to our species as humankind. However, do bear in mind that mass media is always spreading bad news. You never hear good news in the media. You always hear bad news, overhyped. News are oversaturated with scary stories, and I feel that it's important to actually take things in proportion, to evaluate them for yourself. Like, don't be on the end where you panic and you overreact and you overstock, and don't be on the other end like I myself has been for like a few months, when I kept telling myself that it's just a craze. We've had so many flus, we have so many pandemics, and we've survived them all, and it's not like half the planet's gonna die. And up until the last moment, I was not even aware that I should wash my hands so thoroughly or actually avoid contact with people, especially those who arrived from abroad. I really took it I took it lightly, and right now, luckily, I'm healthy. Although I've had cough for the past week, and today I called my doctor and they say that there is a possibility I could have coronavirus, but they cannot confirm it unless I do the test. And if I go and do the test, there is a risk that I am negative, but if I go there and I'll be around all these sick people, I can actually catch it. So it's a catch-22, if you can say that, with regards to the virus, that you risk yourself going to that environment to get tested. So it's kind of it's a weird situation, and right now there is still no medicine against coronavirus. So even with my symptoms, and I have terrible cough, I cannot get help, because even if I'm positive, even if I'm negative, I will not get like any pill or any antibiotics for it, because it's not a bacterial thing, it's a virus. So I think it's a good point to remember when you want to get tested is not to go crazy and jump and get tested like once, twice, three times, because getting around these people actually increases your risk of getting infected. So even if you have it, if you don't have it, most people, like 80%, if I'm not mistaken, um, get over this flu mildly. They don't have like terrible symptoms. They just have a regular flu and they get over it and they get healthy. So even if you have it, it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna die. Quite the opposite. The dying rate is under 2, 3, 4%. Of course, it's higher in Italy, where they where the situation completely got out of hand. They have, I think, 7% mortality rate, but that's another problem because they cannot handle it anymore. My advice to you in these tough times is, of course, to take good care of yourself. Do not necessarily get in contact with people, do not necessarily go outside. Just stick to the best hygiene practices you can. Don't go crazy. Some people really overreact, and I see it on the streets. Like some people like go grocery shopping and they're dressed like there is a chemical war outside. And I think even if we put aside the fact that it looks stupid, I think it's operating out of such a fear is never healthy, and it has never did any good to anybody. What I do want to say in this video, and the message that I want to convey, is take the time now that the coronavirus striked at us so unexpectedly, and many of us have stayed at home and we take care of our children, or we are not allowed to go outside, or our job just shut down and we just have to be we work in the form of home office, or we do not work at all. Use that time to reflect, to look inside yourself, to stay with yourself, and don't get like sucked into this whirlpool of news and whirlpool of panic. Take a step back and take the time to be alone with yourself. Think about your life. Think about the areas you can improve in your life, and areas where you can perhaps like improve your business, improve your relationship with your family, improve your relationship with your kids. Many of us never have enough time with our children, but now that the coronavirus is actually forcefully putting us at home, we can take this time to be with our children. Although it's a forced step. It's a forced step, but nonetheless, don't take it as a punishment that you are stuck with your kids for like 14 days locked in your apartment. Look at it as an opportunity to actually get closer to your children, to get to know them better, because you're busy at work and they're busy at school, and you see each other for like only a few hours a day. On the contrary, take this time to play with your kids, to spend the time with your family. Get to know each other better, because I'm sure that many of us don't have enough time for each other. This is the opportunity to watch all the movies you always wanted to watch, but you've never had the time. I'm sure Netflix is gonna have a good time with all these coronavirus problems, because I've never watched so much Netflix movies like I did in the past few days. But don't go binge watching, and don't go wasting your time. On the contrary, try to mobilize yourself, try to be productive, try to do things at home that you've been postponing for God knows how long. For example, if you've had something you wanted to fix in your home, but you never had enough time, now are in your home, you're there anyway, so you can just as well go and fix that problem. Declutter. I'm a big advocate of decluttering, so do go and empty those drawers that have been sitting there for years. Get rid of old stuff. You know, a wave of minimalism can do wonders to the way you feel inside your home. So decluttering is probably the best thing you can do, since you are already stuck at home. Reevaluate your life. Take this time to read books, self-improvement books, motivational material, something that will actually push you forward and will make you want to make that step forward once this crisis is over. And lastly, I want to say that, and this may sound pessimistic, but it's actually designed to encourage you. I know that as of now, there have been thousands of deaths because of the coronavirus. However, there have been thousands of deaths as a result of car accidents. There have been thousands of deaths as the result of airplane crashes. Thousands of people die from diabetes, from heart disease, from obesity, from like absolutely ordinary things, like people are dying from obesity. If you don't believe me, once you watch this video, close it down, open Wikipedia or whatever source there is in Google, and just Google how many people die from obesity every year, and you'll be amazed at the numbers. And these are just obese people. They're not technically ill, they just gain too much weight. Like myself right now, I have like, I think 10 pounds, I'm 20 pounds overweight, or maybe 30 pounds. I've gained like a massive amount of weight. I'm not crazy, I'm not ill, but I'm just obese. And I actually increase my risk of dying. I'm not morbidly obese, but I'm like 30 pounds overweight compared to my normal weight. And this already puts me at risk of dying just from that. So what I want to say is, yes, there have been many death cases as a result of coronavirus. However, many more people are dying from regular flu. Many more people are dying from car accidents and obesity and a gazillion of other problems that we face. Even if we will have statistics that yearly, 5,000 people die in car accidents, no one is gonna forbid car driving, or no one's gonna actually stop the entire car production just because it's deadly. So you really have to take it all in proportions. I know that I'm looking at this situation from a milder, calmer angle, but I don't think that panic has ever did any good to anybody. So I really want you to think that if you improve your health, if you get healthy, if you start exercising, eating healthy, if you start intermittent fasting, for example, you have a bigger chance of surviving any adversity that comes your way. Not only coronavirus, but even other heart disease and other problems, health problems that so many people are battling with. So I want you to think of this pandemic right now as an opportunity to look inside, to reflect on your life, to improve yourself, dedicate this time to self-improvement, self-education. Secondly, dedicate this time to your loved ones, to your children, to your husband, your spouse, your wife, whoever you have, whoever you live with. This is the opportunity to be together and actually have and enjoy that quality time together. Third thing, fix stuff around your house, declutter. Make this time in your house not a prison time. It's not a sentence. It's not like you're doing time behind the bars. Take this time to improve your nest, like make the best out of your nest, so that once you actually get out and then come back, once the crisis is over, you will enjoy your time inside your home much more. And the last thing, just look at it in proportion. We as humankind are not gonna die. We're not gonna die out just because of this pandemic, simply because we have already survived so many pandemics. And just look at it in proportion, look at it from a different angle. Don't let the panic suck you in, and stay healthy, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.